Hi guys, how nice is it to finally get some sunshine? If you've been in Devon, the last week it has just been heavy rain every single day, grey and heavy rain. Everything is looking quite good despite it. There's a few plants that have struggled, but nothing too bad, so everything survived, and the ground has got a nice bit of moisture in it now, and we've had some lovely sunshine yesterday, a bit of sunshine today. I don't think next week's going to be fantastic, but everything is beginning to grow and put some size on, so that's good. Did get a few bits done this week, but with the rain, probably nowhere near what I should have got done really. I was being a bit of a wimp and just wasn't really feeling being out in heavy rain all day. But we got some seed sowing done and started making 2 new borders and started cutting the honesty for drying. In some other news, I've just received an email from DEFRA and I am due to have my first plant inspection in about 10 days time. Now I don't know if the inspector is going to be open to being filmed, which would be nice because it'd be really nice to be able to show you guys the process and how they do it and what they're looking for and stuff. But I will speak to them and see. But if you did have any questions you wanted me to try and ask, if you want to put anything in the comments, if I get a chance, I'll try and ask anything I can. It is a good opportunity if you've been thinking of growing plants or cut flowers and you want to ask them about procedures or anything. So yeah, feel free to put something in the comments if you want, and I'll see if I can get around to asking them the questions. That would be great. So it's another wet and pretty miserable day, to be honest. So I'm just trying to hide away for a few hours and just get some more of the seed trays done up. When it comes to things like my oxeye daisies, Cupid dart, honesty, I actually just go to my local garden centre and pick up these seeds. They're not much dearer than the ones online. The thing you need to watch for is volume of seeds. But I look into it quite a lot, and for this type of stuff, I just don't find there's much difference between this and the companies online. And I like to support my local garden centres still and try and just give them a little bit of custom. I've got 2 or 3 nice garden centres around me, so it's kind of a day out as well. So you can start to see the real difference in the wave of planting out. This was all the first week straw flowers. These are getting a really nice height now. This is the second. They're beginning to put on some size. But if I stand back, you can really see the difference. And then same with the pink pocus. This was the first wave. These are the ones which are struggling a little bit, but I think these will come back. The others did, so I think these will come back. Like I said, we've got some sunshine coming this weekend, so hopefully they'll get a chance to recoup. Now I've still actually got my actual later tray of straw and pink pocus and status to plant out. Because of the heavy rain, I just held off, and I thought I'd just plant them next week. I'd rather just stay safe in the pots because, yeah, it's just non-stop. The first wave of status has really perked up. You can see they're putting on some really nice size now. And the second wave, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll bounce back. I am a little worried about these very few at the bottom. This is a real shame. These were peach status that I used just for drying, and these are looking particularly bad. So it will be really interesting to see if these bounce back as well. So I did obviously give them some feed when I planted them, so fingers crossed that will help them. When I first made my perennial borders, I ended up getting this one to help me just break down that top layer of really heavy clay so that I could get some compost added in. I didn't want to have to be digging down really deep, but it did need to just break up that really heavy clay. The borders are pretty good now, and I didn't actually use this one at all last year. But this border I'm about to work on is the last veg border that I'm taking over from Dad. This was his leeks border, and it's not in great condition. It's quite compacted down, and I just thought I just don't have the energy really all the time to be trying to work this over by hand. So I've got the trusted tiller out. Now I haven't switched this on in over a year, so I have no idea. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will work. This is an iron hell, and I like this one because you can see these aren't very big blades. So these just go down about 10-15 centimeters. So they're not going really deep, but they just really help to just break up that first sort of 6 to 8 inches of really heavy soil, so you can add in some compost. Now it takes 2 big batteries. I think it came with it, to be fair, but I think you can buy it without if you've already got the batteries. But it takes 2 of these, and it will last for about 40 minutes. So same as my strimmer. I'm all about battery tools because I hate trying to start small petrol engines. Nightmare. Yesterday it got to about just gone 5. It was really heavy rain, but I really wanted to try until another small border, which I've decided to make down the bottom. That'll give me 10 borders for annuals. But it was so wet I just couldn't have my phone out in it, so I just done a quick show before, but just to show you after tilling it. So this is just the next morning, just to show you. So I literally just went over it for once. Well, obviously I went up and down it a couple of times, but just went over it. It was big clumps of soil with lots of grass roots in it. I did have to keep stopping and clearing out the blades. I feel like it's done a fairly good job. You could see it was so wet that I was really compacting it down. So I decided to just call it quits, just leave it at that. We've got a little bit of sunshine this weekend. Saturday and Sunday is meant to be a bit brighter. So I'm going to let this dry out a bit. And then Monday I'll probably come back over and re-till it. And then add in some compost. And then I think it's good to go. So this is just going to be a real weird mixed, anything spare chucked in border. This is some Comfrey. Whoa. Don't know if you can see that. Hang on. Check out this little fella, just there chilling out with my plants. There hasn't been much nibbling on the plants. I thought a slug had maybe got in. There's a few little bits of nibbling, but nothing very much. Nothing to make a caterpillar that size. So I'm not sure where he's come from. Right, mister. You climb on? Ooh, maybe not. Come on then. Oh no. Come on. Okay. Right. Caterpillar has been rehomed, and now we're going to get the Comfrey planted up. And the reason I've left a few is I'm actually going to put some of these in my tent as well this year. Right, so finally getting around to planting out those spare chrysanthemums, which are really struggling. I think I'm going to have to cut them right back down and try and get them to just come back up again, which is fine. So what we're looking for is these nice, you can see like the seeds are really filling up the seed pods. So we know like it's kind of ready to start picking. There's still some, like I'd say this isn't maybe quite ready. Problem is if you pick it too soon, it's really hard to peel it off. So you do want to make sure it's nice and ripe. So I'm going to come out today. It's not all going to get picked in one day because my shed isn't big enough to get it in. Not too worried about this being purple. Kind of happens. And when it's in the shed, there's a big window and the sun just bleaches it. So it will just turn white by the time I want to use it. So that's fine. So I pull it out, and then you have to get it and you have to rip off every single leaf. They all have to come off, or it can make it just go mouldy. This is the really tedious bit. So what I do is I grab one like this, you get it all together. Tie it in bunches. I find that's about the right amount to have hung together. And this just gets hung in the shed and it'll stay in there. For me, what I do is it'll go in there and it will dry, and then this actually gets moved to inside because I don't have anywhere else to store it. But I find when it's like this, you can still get like little bugs and stuff, so I just like to get it like initially dried and then I get it moved inside the house. So as you can see, that's the first wave, and I know it does look like you could probably hang some more in the middle, but you really do want to leave a bit of airspace for it to start drying. It will dry much quicker if it has a little bit of air than if it's just too rammed together and too full in the shed. So that's going to be the first wave. Now I would say that we're maybe just a little bit under half. Yeah, probably about another shed full